But here is your first look at a retail and fake pair of Travis Scott Air Max 270. Can you tell any difference between these two? Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we have a comparison video, like always pretty much, and today we're comparing two pairs of Air Max 270, but it's the Travis Scott version. So we have a retail pair and a fake pair that was sent to me, and this fake pair is this one here and this is the retail one here. But this is not a promotional video, it's just a comparison video, and I will be looking to compare the differences between the fake one and the retail one, so that if you're trying to buy an authentic one, you know the differences so you do not get scammed. So as you can tell straight away, there is a difference in the actual box in terms of color, in terms of how damaged it is. This fake one here is actually really pretty damaged. It was packaged really well, but so I don't really know how it got this damaged. But as you can see, the retail one is in perfect condition. So we'll take a look at the labels first. I will show you a close-up of this. If you look at the labels here, the fake one has obviously gone for the American label, so it has the American price tag on it. Obviously the retail one has this sticker on the side, so if you know where that's from, if you're from the UK. But in terms of actual text size and different things like that, there are slight font differences between the Air Max 270 Cactus Trails, where it says the text. There is font differences. On the fake one it is a lot thinner than it is on the retail one, and overall the text is a lot thinner in general, comparing that to the retail sticker. So as you can see, there were differences between the labels, but in terms of actual box text and everything like that, it all pretty much seems correct. There isn't much difference in the box size. However, this retail pair here is a size UK 6.5 and the fake one here is a size UK 9, so take that into consideration when I do some of these comparison details. So we'll open up the box and take a look at the shoes themselves. So if we open up the fake one, it comes with that Cactus Jack paper along the top, and if we open up the retail one, obviously we have the receipt on top from the retail store, and then we have the actual paper itself. I would say now straight away out of the box, it is a different color. So on the fake one, it's a really light yellow, whereas on the retail one, it's more of an orangey yellow, so it's a slightly darker tint to it. In terms of positioning of the text, it looks okay, to be honest. There doesn't seem to be much difference there. It does come with double paper as well, just like on the fake one. But here is your first look at a retail and fake pair of Travis Scott Air Max 270. Can you tell any difference between these two? So that's pretty much it for the boxes. I'll put them to the side and we'll take a closer look at the shoes. So here is a look at both pairs. This one is the retail one on my left side, and it is not dead stock. This has been worn quite a bit, so just take that into consideration. It's not going to be completely dead stock, so there will be a few differences just because it isn't dead stock. However, on the fake one, it comes with the disclaimer showing that the markings on the sole will come off with wear. It has this on the retail one as well. In terms of positioning on the text, I'll try and give you a close-up of this, but it looks like the positioning is slightly off, it's slightly too low, it isn't centered. I'm not sure if this occurs on the retail pair, however, that is something to note. Also, it has like a wee keychain of the factory that this shoe was produced from as well. Obviously, that's a telltale sign it's fake, but most people would take that off instead of flaunting that when wearing it. My personal opinion on these shoes, before we get into the comparison, I do not like them at all. I think they look okay in a smaller size, but I just don't know what you would wear them with. To me, it's too much going on in this shoe. It's too messy for me. But that's got nothing to do with the comparison, so we'll get right into it now. So we're going to compare the two right shoes, just to keep it pretty simple. This fake one here is obviously the biggest shoe, and it has the keychain on it, so you should be able to tell the difference when I'm comparing the differences. The first major difference to notice is on the toe box itself. So if I give you a close-up of this, on the retail one, the brown is slightly lighter than that of the fake one. The fake one has used a much darker material, but in terms of the actual swoosh, they've done a very good job. It looks neatly stitched all the way around, and in terms of stitching overall, I could say it's actually better done than the retail pair itself. If we look at the material going around the bottom part of the laces, not sure if it is a leather, I think it might be, but comparing this to the retail one, there is a slight color difference here, and also the length, it could be a nubuck material, is a lot longer on the retail one compared to the fake one. The fake one is incredibly smooth, whereas the retail one has some sort of texture to it. Looking at the lace lock clip going along the tongue, there is absolutely no difference here at all. The fake one has got this completely spot on. In terms of positioning, it doesn't really matter because it moves up and down, so this can be changed with retail and fake pairs as well. So they've got that spot on, so you can't really look at that at all. If we're looking at the color of the shoe from close up of the actual upper material, the retail one is a slightly darker yellow, comparing that to the lighter cream of the fake. However, with wear, once again, this will be very hard to see. One major difference that I have noticed is if we spin the shoe around to the side and we take a look at the heel part here, if I give you a close-up of the Nike React text going along the sole, the fake one, the text is actually much more defined and easier to read compared to that of the retail one, which actually shows the text being a lot messier than that of the fake. If we spin the shoe around to the back and take a look at this heel tab, if I zoom in on the text, you can see that on the fake one, text actually seems much more embedded into the actual material, whereas on the retail one, it looks almost like it's going to flake off in certain parts, whereas the fake one looks completely embedded in the material and looks a lot more sturdy than that of the retail one, which is actually quite worrying, and I wish that they had done this on the retail pair, because I think it would look kind of stupid if some of that material flakes off. If we spin it round to the side, and probably one of the most noticeable parts of the shoe is actually this kind of woolen fluff material. I actually have no idea what it is. Going around on the outside of the ankle all the way on both sides. On the retail pair, this material is slightly shorter than this fake that I have here. On the fake one, you can see it's just a lot more fluffy and also a lot more chunky than that of the retail one. Also, it must be said, if you turn the shoe around the side and take a look at this fluffy material here again, look at the Nike swoosh, and it isn't centered as it should be. If we take a look comparing it to the retail one, you can see that the Nike swoosh is much more centered on the retail one, comparing that to the fake. But from a distance, this will be hard to tell, but close up, you can definitely see that it isn't as centered like the retail one is. I would now compare the soles, however, I can't really do this because this is a used pair and it has been used quite a lot. So I can't really compare anything because I can't see directly what the detailed differences are. However, if I actually look at the tread of the shoe, the tread is identical, there is no difference there. But however, I cannot judge on color. Looking at the outer sole color, the fake one is a lot darker than that of the retail one. However, the retail one has been worn, so will have washed off a bit. So I can't say what the underlying tone will actually look like. In terms of the overlying coat of, I guess, paint, it does look very, very good indeed, and they've almost matched this perfectly to a retail pair. Spinning it around to look at that pull tab again, if we look at the actual text, on the retail pair, you can see where it says Cactus Jack, the cross. On the A, the actual inside of the A is completely filled in. On the fake one, you can see the A actually has that hole marked out. Not sure if this occurs on every retail pair, but that is just an interesting difference to note. If that is something that happens on all retail pairs, that is a key difference to note as well. From the tiny differences that I have spotted and have pointed out in this video, there may be more. You can comment them down below if you have seen any more. But this was just a short comparison between these two pairs. In my opinion, they've done a really good job of this fake. There's not too many major differences that can be noted. There's slight color changes and slight material changes, but from afar, you're really not going to be able to tell the difference. So if you are trying to buy an authentic pair, please buy from a reliable source or get your shoes legit checked from Legitmark, which is the link in the description, which is the standard for sneaker authentication and is your safest place to get your shoes checked. So when you're trying to buy a retail pair of this, I think the resale is around £400. So please be careful because you don't want to be losing that kind of money spending that on a fake. So this was just a short comparison. I will now just give you some shots of the shoes, mainly because I have to put a thumbnail in. But thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.